Live from Rolling Stone Studios in New York City, this is the Techstars Music Accelerator Demo Day 2021. Here's your host, Tia Hill, and Rolling Stone Senior Music Business Editor, Amy X. Wang.
So we made 11 3-minute videos. There's 10 startups, and there's one nonprofit 501c3 that we, instead of taking investment in, we actually made a charitable contribution to. So this first one that you'll see the CEO, his guy's name is Alex Kane, coming to you from, he's an American, but he lives in London. The rest of his team is in London, coming to you from London, England.
Exactly. And, moving on to our next video, it's for Go 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 Comic. And a lot of the people in the chat are super, super excited for this.
It's a fun one.
Yeah, so I'm excited as well.
Luna herself in the chat, which is going to maybe make a bit of a mess of this. This is going to be, it'll be fun. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. So we can go ahead and kick to that video.
Hi, I'm Ben, CEO and founder of Go 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 Comic. We produce virtual characters who develop with the input of over 300,000 fans. Characters with stories that change every week in response to their millions of likes, replies, and retweets. Who, like Spider-Man, will go far beyond their comic origins. But first, they start on Twitter with just $2,000 in monthly production budget and reach 100,000 fans with just $10,000 in promotion. That's how Ame, Eddie, Nofi, and Luna's stories began.
Lies! Don't believe the 555 secret society's lies. I am not some virtual influencer. I am Luna Gardner, born and raised in Poppy Valley, a small town where all the conspiracies are actually real. I don't chase likes or change my mind because of a comment. I earned my following by uncovering the truth in live tweeted weekly research files.
Luna starts with tweets because they're cheap and fast to produce. They're easy to follow, on the go, even through just notifications. And the feedback loops they give us help us decide which moments should be developed into games, anime, podcasts, movies, and more. Like this one of the first time Jamie and Luna encountered the fandom clown. The Go 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 publisher brings these moments to life through the retweets, replies, and
fake news! Katya replies to me because she cares if I'm okay. Just like all our remote club members, aka followers, care. And we reply to them, indoctrinating them into our cult club. And some followers fund our club because when they ask for something, we deliver. Like when they asked for my hoodie. Or when they wanted more club files. We gave them top secret files for a paid subscription, aka club dues. And when they asked to play Katya's favorite game, Midnight Online.
The Sandbox game got in touch and offered us a paid partnership. Now with merch, subscriptions, and paid partnerships, Luna alone is generating $10,000 in revenue per month. More importantly, her story is now validated, and we can invest in video content and expand to bigger social platforms all across the web. And from there, we can grow beyond social, using the Disney model, just like many anime properties have. The little-known Beyblade actually outperforming Game of Thrones in terms of revenue. Now, with a production team of 15, but more importantly, fans who love to role-play along with our characters, draw potential movie posters, and even join our team, we're ready to reach 10 stories and 1 million followers. Then, we'll have the processes in place to reach 100 stories and 100 million followers. The world's next favorite character will be discovered on the go in the Go 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 universe. Because it's not about our idea of what a great character is. It's about trusting our audience to lead us to their next favorite character.
This was definitely one of my favorite pitch videos. And also, as you said, Bob, Luna is in the chat along with a ton of different fans. So shout out to you all, everyone who was here. You know, I have so many questions, but I would love to just hear from you. When you found Go 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 Comics and you wanted to invest in them, what was kind of your process for starting to work with this company and this brand? Because one thing I really admire is the way that they have built such a fan base and built such a world around their company and these concepts, which is amazing.
That was it. That was, you just said it. It was like, hey, look at the engagement around this stuff. Like the absolute numbers of followers is, you know, it's not nothing. It's a couple 100,000 people, but the engagement rates and the enthusiasm and look, the whole CRC is in the chat right now. Yeah,
we see you all.
Like that's a thing. Like that's the sign that people care about these characters and are immersed in it and can participate. And so, you know, look, we made an investment in a company called Strange Loop Studios last year, and they've got a bunch of characters that are doing really, really well on TikTok right now, particularly a robot named LB4. And the engagement rates that Go 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 has around Luna and the CRC are even higher than those rates are in a totally different channel. And so, like, what, you know, in general in the program, we will make more investments in this space, right? Characters will be virtual, they will be created, they will live and talk and interact and show up in chat, and people will suspend disbelief in crazy ways. And when you add tools like the company you'll see coming up, Polish, or like Volta you saw at the beginning, the ability to get closer and closer to these characters instead of just watching them on a 2D screen will make this even more fun as it goes. So, like, you said it perfectly. Like, we just watched how into it everybody was, and I'd say yes.
It speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the idea of a virtual character, a virtual artist, or virtual influencer is so fascinating because they are like lovable human things and people and brands in and of themselves, but also there's an element of like, you want to know the back end of it, you want to know the business story of it, and it really draws people in a way that like a human artist might not, just because they're simply two different entire concepts.
And you can participate. Like, I think there's a really interesting opportunity where some of the suggestions, comments, product designs that come out of the community become real parts of the world and the canon and universe of that artist, right? Like, and you can build them together, right? So Ben launched a new character today named Rofi. She just started. Rofi Beats is the account, and the idea will be that a bunch of things that are occurred, the way people interact with the music, the way people talk about, she's a DJ, and the way people interact with her performances will yield new content created by those fans and by her, you know, collaboratively. Mm-hmm. That's something that you never got from pop stars, you know, 20 years ago. You couldn't participate and be an equal in the conversation.
Totally. Like, you can't like choose your own adventure with like Ariana Grande and like tweet her or something. She'll be like, I'll do it. Whereas with virtual characters, it's a whole different world.
It's going to be very cool.
Yeah, that's a good point that you bring up too, because I did want to ask in terms of the music industry and as it relates to music, since you all are Techstars Music, how did you see this fitting together? But then you kind of touched on it when it comes to her DJing and in artists in general. So is that kind of the way you were approaching it?
Yeah, I think like what defines a musical artist and their revenue streams is getting broader and broader every day, right? Like we saw Rares a minute ago, you know, all of those products have a connection to musical culture. Right? Like Volta might be used by fitness instructors, but it has a real tie to performance and music culture. Same thing with the virtual characters. Not all of the virtual characters that go on to be planetary superstars will be music related, mm-hmm. but a bunch of them will be. And there's a bunch of connections inside of that where it could turn out that they just collab with musicians. So they put stuff together, or they help launch each other the way influencers grow each other and share networks. I don't know exactly how it works, but I know that there's going to be a lot of winners and a lot of characters we care about, and a big chunk of them are going to be close to music. So,
for sure.
You know, we're really into this space on like the technical levels that empower it, and also at the media company levels of the people who make the characters.
Yeah, love that. Well, shout out to the whole gang that's in the chat, because again, we do see you. And they
see, that was impressive.
Yeah,
good.
Exactly. And you know, now we have another sizzle for QC, quality control. So we're gonna go ahead and kick to that as well.
QC is the most powerful label in hip-hop.
Really putting out music that moves culture.
Doesn't Quality Control have 2 number 1s this week?
We actually developing talent.
We're going for world domination right now.